we divide the customer creation part of the buyer's journey into 3 stages. Exploration, that's when a buyer is thinking about their problem, determining whether they want to solve it or not. The evaluation stage, which is when they're choosing from alternatives, and then the purchase is when they're actually making the commitment. There's also an extended version into what we call the loyalty part of the buyer's journey, when that's more of an expansion and advocacy aspect of the buyer's journey. The buyer's journey and the sales funnel are complementary in some ways, but they're really very, very different. The sales funnel is an internal process. So it's all about, when does the buyer hear about my solution? When does the buyer interact with me? Is this buyer going to be a good lead for my sales force? It's very internal and very looked at from the perspective of the company. The buyer's journey, on the other hand, looks at the world from the buyer's standpoint. It's not about me, it's about you. So it's, when do you start thinking about your problem? What do you need to be able to have enough information and enough trust to be able to make a decision? What matters to you in order to actually choose and buy a solution? They can coordinate, as I mentioned, but they are very, very different, and it's very much a mistake to mix those two up. The digital world and the social world has revealed the buyer's journey in a way we couldn't see it before. Social science has known about the buyer's journey for decades. We've always known about the way that people make decisions, but more and more what's been revealed is that people do not make decisions on their own. We are all part of a social environment. We're all social beings, and particularly in very high complexity kinds of decisions like technology, there is a whole group of people that influences a buyer's decision. The role that analysts play is to sometimes provide technology trends. So how does this particular type of technology fit into a business? They might make recommendations as to what kinds of companies should be considered. Analyst reports like IDC's MarketScape will evaluate different types of solutions and put them into some sort of context. So they're a really, really important part of the detailed kind of information that people seek at the beginning when they're trying to make a solution decision. The attitude that an analyst has about a solution, whether it's in the beginning of the buyer's journey or closer to the end, can really have an influence on whether or not the person makes that selection, or whether or not they keep on selecting and being a loyal customer.